So I don't
can't
know.
let the cheers from the other room that
That's right. Those count.
It's people cheering me on.
I have no idea how much was lost in the tape switch, but we have this partnership with Pen and Paper Games.
Mhm.
That is awesome because you can sign up as a Spycraft player and hook up with other players in your
Yeah.
area. And they've got Obsidian Portal is backing their play, and both sites are fantastic. So we're really happy to
And
have
it's
that
even
going.
more fantastic because we don't have to do that anymore. It's off my list.
Yeah.
Which I love.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Are there? I don't know, Robert. Will it?
We have to come up with a little ogre icon. With an axe.
Maybe we'll give them like from the ad, the little ogre that pops up. Do a silhouette of that. What's that? Maybe. Oh yeah. Okay, well we'll talk to you when we get back. Email me and we'll work out some kind of fantasy craft icon for the site.
Yeah, we'll get a nom 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 icon.
What? Anything else that you guys would like to see that we're not doing?
Still plans for like a psionic release?
There are, and that's a dicey proposition. So we're looking at it and sort of like, well, do we do it as a full SFA revival or do we do it as a separate thing? I think we're currently of the mindset that it'll be a separate thing and that we'll probably include that separate thing in the SFA revival when we get to that point.
Right.
But I'm not really certain when that's going to happen. First step is getting Spellbound done because we need to make sure all our current ducks are not only in a row but marching out of distance.
Right.
So.
No, but psionic powers are something that people have wanted for a long time. You know, we touched on them when we did the SFA conversion basics and things like that, but we didn't. You know, we obviously didn't go back and convert all those. So yeah, it's something that we've definitely got in mind. And some people are using Spellbound actually to do psionic powers. You know, choosing like a particular discipline or in a school and using that. You know, so a channelers like I want to play a pyro. It requires a little bit more focus and a little bit more. I think.
You have to think outside
restriction.
the box.
Yeah, I think you have to say, okay, if I'm gonna be a pyrokinetic, I can only use things with a fire descriptor, and so that really limits what a channeler does. You know, and the player has to decide if it's worth it to them to be able to set people on play Drew Barrymore. So yeah, that's kind of
One
a
thing doesn't have anything to do with the other, but okay, let's move on. I know what you were saying. but
yeah. She's
still.
so cute and head to explore. Firestarter. Yeah. Okay. So anyway, you're with me. Someone's with me.
Spunky childhood actor class? Yeah.
That's right. Soon to be followed. As you advance in level, you become addicted to cocaine.
I wasn't going to go there.
So would you guys break that OPL part of psionic classes the same way you did like the spells?
Oh, probably not.
Yeah, our psionic system. I mean, I was pretty happy with the skill-based psionic system.
I was too.
Yeah, so-
and I don't think there's enough of it necessarily to warrant a whole series. And honestly, if I were to do Spellbound again, I don't think we'd do it in pieces either.
Well, I mean, doing it like what the is in the SRD, the psionic powers. Yeah, with side points and everything else. You know, we felt that the Spellbound system and the spellcasting system has been very successful. But yeah, I think going with something more along the lines of what SFA did, where you know you I don't know if it would be a bunch of separate skills, you know, because then you have skill creep and it's all over the place. But you know, I've done Star Wars using the Force, or I've done Star Wars in 2.0 using the Force as a single skill with focuses, and that worked pretty well.
Yeah.
So
SFA's skill-based psionics were very specifically built for that settings concept. And we're going to want a system that that works for what we're doing at the time, but also expanding Spycraft and or Mastercraft. But it's also got to talk to SFA when it gets there. So there's a lot of considerations. It's on the docket, but we're not there yet.
yeah. So
Rewinding way back to SFA, the cover art.
Yeah.
The artist's name?
Veronica Jones. Hi, Veronica. We love you.
yeah.
You're going to see something from Veronica Jones and Crafty Games very soon.
yeah. Enough said.
You're going to see something really awesome from both of us really, really soon. And yes, she will return and do something on a Crafty cover that is original in the not too distant future. That deal's already set. We've already signed.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
You said Spellbound's gonna be released as both
Yes.
PDF for 2.0 and the print for Mastercraft.
Mhm.
Is there plans on doing a print for the 2.0?
Maybe.
I think if
Don't
the
know.
demand's there, we can
Yeah.
look at it. Our printing options are. It's going to depend on the final size of the product, because that determines how we go about putting it together.
Yeah,
and
I mean,
also demand.
there's an economy of scale issue with this product
Yeah.
because I'm guessing that when we're done with this thing, I'm probably going to look at like 300-400 pages just for that product, and I'm not sure that it's something we can justify doing twice.
So, yeah, it all depends.
Recognize that the Mastercraft version of this, it'll probably be one of the least impacted products by the Mastercraft process.
Right.
so.
If you have copies of Spellbound already and you look at Chapter 3, they're pretty close, especially if you're using the Channel Revised or the Seer.
Right.
The style is very similar. The descriptors are very similar. There may be absence of certain conditions that were in 2.0 that were not in Mastercraft. But largely, that's it.
Well, that's one of the benefits of going with Mastercraft Second, is that we're reasonably assured that all the conditions that are in that product will also be in 2.0. We don't have to worry about, say, printing a 2.0 product where rules are just flat out missing in Mastercraft. By making it Mastercraft, all we're doing is saying we're only working with these parts of the system.
Yeah.
So it'll be pretty portable, and we're going to be doing everything in our power to make sure that it works for as many people as possible.
Okay, I think we got another group waiting outside.
We do, but we still have time, so they can wait.
Okay, fine. If they want to sit down.
Are there any products that, if there's just enough demand for you guys to have printed, but set up a print-on-demand service?
We actually just had a discussion about this earlier with some of our business partners. We're going to be looking at new ways of distributing various products and getting them into print. We are a print company, and more print is on the way. All the products that we've talked about today, literally all of them are planned as print products. The only one that we've talked about that I think is a PDF, I think the only one that we talked about that is a PDF product is the Spellbound, which will eventually be printed as a master.
Yeah, so
There are some products that are small and are difficult to do in traditional offset printing.
That would be not a Spycraft before.
Right.
Right.
Ah.
I would love to get, say, to have some like to.
Sure.
It's just not the-
There's an option coming that we are very happy with, that we think we can set up all the classic Spycraft titles with.
And while I would
print.
love to take your money for those things, there's also a number of sellers over at the hall that
Yeah.
may have those books in stock.
Well, African Alliance, I think, is one of the ones that's harder to
Oh,
find.
I didn't realize it was tough to come.
In particular, I think
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. There are a couple of SFA and classic Spycraft titles that are harder to find.
Right, okay.
So, yeah. And we'll take care of those.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any other questions? We've got about 5 minutes left. Anything that anyone can think of? No? All right, excellent. So we will let these people take over the room.
Cool.
Thank you for coming.
Yes, thanks, guys.
If you have any other questions, please hit us on the boards. Our emails are public knowledge. You can contact us directly. We want to hear what people want from the future of Crafty Games.
Yes.
Thanks.
Now's the time.